Police in Cambridge, Massachusetts are on the hunt for two suspects in what they're calling an intentional explosion at Harvard's medical school campus. One was seen wearing khaki pants, Crocs, and what appears to be NYC lettering on a brown hoodie. The other was in plaid pajama-style pants. Police responded to a fire alarm at the Goldenson building early Saturday, where they discovered two unidentified people wearing face coverings that were leaving the scene. The explosion damaged only a small section of the fourth-floor hallway. There was no structural damage to the building, and all of the laboratory equipment and research materials remain intact. Police have ruled out any additional explosive devices, but the question still is the suspects. How did they have access to a locked building after hours, and what was the motive here? Joining us now, David Sarney, former NYPD detective and adjunct professor at John Jay College. Let's start with what evidence they have and what they're examining in this case, starting with the images on surveillance. What stands out to you?
Well, one of the benefits, and thank you for having me, one of the benefits you have is you have these still photos, which is crucial to do the post-incident, try to locate these individuals after the event. You now have them very identifiable, especially for one of the subjects in this case. He has Crocs on, unidentifiable clothing. The other individual, again, you could see things that are good for people. You know, this is the reason why you put these wanted flyers out, these wanted posters out, is because you have people out there now with the eyes and ears of law enforcement assisting us in finding and apprehending the individuals responsible for this.
What's your read on a motive at this point, given what that building is used for, laboratory research?
Well, we don't really have a motive right now. We're going to speculate at this point. Could this device have exploded accidentally? Was there a place within the building they wanted to really cause damage to? It's really unknown at this time. I think as you do a deeper dive into the people that you're going to be apprehending at this point, you'll probably get more of a motive, or maybe they'll be leaving some sort of social media trail out there for law enforcement to exploit during this.
What does this reveal about security gaps that exist on campus? And based on what we know, does it lead you to believe that whoever these people are, they had access to that building?
Well, that's the thing you look at. You know, I don't know how security works at these facilities, but you're always, if this building is closed, who was the last security to close that location? Were all the windows and doors locked? Were they checked prior to? If not, then what other access points they have? I believe this building is closed at that time. So was there another way of entering that building? Was there forcible entry, or was there an opening window or something that got them in? Or did somehow they find another way in did someone give them access to that location?
What else do we know about the explosion itself, the precision, the expertise of the explosives? Have they revealed much?
Well, you don't really know what you'll get right now, and I think it's great that the law enforcement doesn't always put everything out, because once you do, you start really alarming the subjects you're looking for, the suspects you're looking for. So they're going to keep that close to the chest as far as what type of device it was. And again, this is the situation. Was it an accidental type of explosion where they had an actual place within the building they wanted to cause more damage to? That'll come out as far as the investigation is concerned, because the hallway seems very unlikely that you'd want to explode a device, especially in the fourth floor hallway. It's not like anywhere that seems specific right now. But this is why the investigation takes place. This is why investigators do these cases. We're going to find out the truth as to what happened and why they did it.
Not just is there surveillance inside the building, but I mean, there are cameras all over college campuses. How reliable might some of those other surveillance images be from other buildings in the area to know where they came from?
Well, that's the benefit of getting these photos at the time of the post-incident. So now you can do a sort of a trailing backwards on these two individuals. Like, how did they get to access to the building? Not only that, how did they get to the location? So that defining moment of those cameras, the extended exterior video canvas and interior video canvas of the college will be done. And I know law enforcement could be looking at any type of cameras, you're talking about speed cameras, speeding cameras, anything along those lines that might be able to identify them further.
Yeah, piecing together a timeline and exactly where they came from. The images are pretty good, David. We'll see how quickly these folks are in custody. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.